Good morning from Château de Moncouquet. We've just welcomed 9 students yesterday to start a 2-week hybrid yoga teacher training course. There's 3 of us in the teaching team. I've just finished the opening class today, which is what you're going to see. So I hope you enjoy. You probably won't see me demonstrating a lot because as this is not a beginner course, I am watching the students more than I am demonstrating. But I hope you enjoy the explanations and you can have a sneak peek into yoga teacher training. So enjoy, and I'll see you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! And then notice your belly and how it is moving with your breath. Notice your chest as well and how it is moving with your breath. Do you have more movement in your belly or do you have more movement in your chest? Is your belly at a standstill or is it moving? When you inhale, does it go up? When you exhale, does it go down? It's not always the same answer for everyone. You will be surprised. So now try to guide the breath a little bit. We will play with this breath. So let's inhale and expand the belly and then expand the chest. So imagine that you are filling your whole self up, and not just air in your lungs, but this act of breathing is you filling yourself up with prana, with energy. Feel that you're connecting with Paramatman, the great spirit that is everywhere and in everything. When you exhale, feel oneness. When you inhale, expand your belly, your chest, all the way up to your shoulders. And when you exhale, lowering the shoulders, the chest, and bring the belly in. If you can, breathe through the nose. If it's not possible, you can breathe through the mouth also. Now in this position, notice again your body and notably your spine and your lower back. So notice your lumbar spine and your tailbone. There is a natural curve of the lumbar spine. So your lower back isn't actually touching the mat. You'll find that your butt touches the mat, your upper back touches the mat, but also not the nape of your neck. So try and notice these natural curves of your spine. Again, no judgment. Don't start to get anxious about, oh, I've got this curve or that curve. You just observe. Now, some people have a deeper lumbar curve, and it's actually not comfortable for them to do Shavasana. So Shavasana isn't actually a relaxing position for everyone. So let's try something. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. Your feet are hip distance, and then just slide your knees together. And notice how that changes the lumbar spine. And notice if it's more comfortable for you, less comfortable. For some people it makes a whole lot of difference, like it's much more comfortable. So you have options. And then also as a different alternative, you can also have a rolled up mat underneath your knees, and then you wouldn't have to bend your knees so high, so you're still closer to the floor. Now go ahead and inhale and reach your arms up and over behind you, and then make a circle, or if you don't have space, do cactus arms as you exhale, bending your elbows down to your sides. And keep that going. Inhale, breathe in, lift your arms up and over behind you, reaching the wall behind you. Stretch up, feeling your rib cage opening. Exhale into cactus, or just your arms all the way around. Do that for 2 or 3 more breaths. Start to feel your breath and your movement coordinated in unison. And then relax your arms to your sides. Deep breath in and deep breath out. You start to bring your knees to your chest now. Hug your knees. Start to engage your core muscles and bring your forehead to your knees and lift your shoulders up. Good. Breathe there and rock side to side just to massage your spine. And then slowly take your feet down back to the floor, hip distance. Okay, good. Now, we'll play with the spine with awareness. On the inhale, I'd like you to tuck your tailbone, just the tailbone, tuck the tailbone under and lift your hips just a few inches off the mat, slowly with control. So inhale, tuck the tailbone, retroverser le bassin, and then lift hips up just a few inches, and then exhale, release down. You're good. Now do that again a few more times at your own pace. Notice what happens to your knees, and make sure your knees don't open as you lift up, because then you know that you're very stable on the inner thighs. So as you lift your hips up, your knees are still in the same position. Imagine if you have a block between your knees, that you don't let go of that block. Very nice. Now on the next inhale, tuck your tailbone under and lift all the way up. Lift your hips and your back all the way off the mat into half bridge. I know I was talking about half bridge with your chin away from your chest, but if you can, and if you want to, you can go ahead and bring your chest up to your chin. You can even roll your shoulder blades together, interlace your fingers, and press your hands down. So seek your own body intelligence. Think about your knees. Are they pointing out or are they pointing straight? Just be aware. Are you still breathing? Good. Long deep breaths. And then slowly release your hands, release your shoulders, and step by step, one vertebra at a time, lower, lower, lower with the exhale until the tailbone reaches down to the floor. Take your knees to your chest. Take your left. I say ideally, just there are options. First of all, anytime you have your legs split, like in Warrior 1, Warrior 2, or in this position, it doesn't always work, but more often than not it does. When you have your arms this way, your wrists, you think of a straight line from your wrists all the way down to your ankles. That's how wide you should be. So if you're here, you're not wide enough. Of course, there's a difference if you're a beginner or more advanced, right? So if you have been doing it like a little bit closer, that's probably because it was easier. But if you want to advance more, you want to eventually get to that distance. That's the same distance for everything. Same distance, the magic distance. Okay, so when you're doing these twisty ones, maybe you can move just one foot closer. It makes it easier, but not all the way in. Moving it all the way in, all that will do is push the head of your femur into your acetabulum. So actually, you're better off finding some space in your hips, depending on how your hips are shaped, right? So don't be afraid to go nice and wide here. And then traditionally, it's, especially when you do Warrior 1 and when you do the twists, you have your heel, front heel, in line with the middle of your back foot. Middle of your back foot, so just think about if you've got a line on your mat, you want to align the middle of the foot on the mat, so not here. Because it's not, you can't use your inner thighs to twist this way. It's just too far. Here, boom, squeeze. Easier. It's not comfortable for everyone, but either work on it or find your alternative. Okay, so we're here. Take your hands up. Exhale, lower down. Straight spine. Really press your feet down. Take your left hand down. And then be conscious of how your legs are here. That you're pulling your inner thighs together. And lift your right arm up, like someone is pulling it up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Look up towards your right hand. And you should feel your inner thighs are squeezing together. And the inside part of your right foot down to the floor. One more breath. Yes. Inhale, rise back up. Okay. Take your hands to your heart. Bend slightly the front leg and start to lift your left leg up into one leg standing, and you can lift your arms up as well. Forward, like a letter T, big letter T. And come back to standing. And take your hands down. Very simple, lifting your right arm up and then just bend towards the left side. Really nice stretch for your Pingala Nadi. Look up at the ceiling. Nice. Inhaling, rising up, left arm up, up, and bend to the right. Right hand comes down. You can also be conscious about pushing actually your hips to the left side and stretching that arm, the top arm. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, releasing. Come back into Utkatasana chair pose. With your knees together, take your hands to the heart center. Take your right elbow outside of the left knee and push the twist to make sure that the knees stay centered. Feet together, knees together. Inhale back to center Utkatasana. Exhale to forward fold. Just one stretch before we go to the other side. Next inhale, come back into chair. And then exhale to twist the opposite direction. Breathe. Be conscious of your knees, that one knee is not forward and the other knee back. Yes. Inhale, center. Exhaling, taking your hands down and step back. Go into your knees gesture or chaturanga, up dog or cobra. And we're gonna exhale actually back to child's pose. Breathe here. Feel that with each breath you are bringing in and circulating the energy that you need in this body and your whole consciousness. And with each exhaling, you are exhaling whatever you need to release. On the inhale, we're slowly going to rise up to a seated pose. And you take your right hand on the left knee, lengthen the spine, breathe in, exhale, twist, look towards the back of the room. Your left hand reaches behind you. Inhaling, center. Left hand on the right knee to wrist. Inhaling, center, and release straight. You're going to sit down on one side and bring your legs in front of you, your hands underneath your knees. We're going into Nokasana Navasana boat pose. So you want to open your chest, pull your belly in, and point your toes and start to lift your heels. And then maybe you lift it up higher, and maybe you extend it, and maybe you extend your arms as well. And then slowly, slowly you open up with control. And eventually you lie down on the mat. And take a few breaths. And find the center of your mat if you've been displaced. Okay, we're going to do a fish pose. So bring your arms behind you, hide them underneath your body with your palms pressed down. If that's too difficult, just place them. If it's more comfortable for you, just place them on the sides. So if you can, place your arms underneath you with your arms straight, not bent. If you bend your arms, it's more difficult to get to the pose. You can bend slightly, not too much. Okay, step by step, okay? And I know you've done this before, but let's, just for the sake of learning, let's do it step by step. You press your elbows down to the floor, and you lift your chest up. You slide forward and look at your toes. So everybody should be up and looking at the front. Okay. Now you open your chest, shoulder blades together, and then release your head back until, keep going, until the top of your head touches the floor. And if you need to do modifications, you can put a block on the upper part of the back, or 2 blocks so that you can keep the head straight actually. The other block goes under the head. Now from this position, keep the upper part of the body where it is. Bend your knees and then start to extend your legs and point to the plants in front of you, sorry. So your legs would be about 45 degrees, pointing where the ceiling meets the wall. Here, where the ceiling meets the wall. You'll be like this. Beautiful. Slowly lower your legs down. Slowly release your head down and your shoulders and your arms. And if you need to, you can bend your knees and roll around a little bit for some release. We are going into shoulder stand, either full or half shoulder stand. So go ahead and lift your legs up with momentum. Bring your hips up and support your back with your hands. You can either have that space between your chin and your chest, or you can go all the way and bring your chest to your chin. So feel here that you are working on balancing your throat chakra. Another contraindication, actually, that a lot of people yoga teachers talk about, don't move your head, is the pressure of, I guess, fluids and blood when you are upside down. So just be conscious about how you feel in your head and in your eyes. I actually don't do as much inversions anymore because, like, inevitably the next day I'll get a red eye because I pop the arteries in my eye. It doesn't hurt, but it looks horrible. But actually now it's like I can feel my eyes water. So just be conscious about things like that, and also inform your students. Might not be a good thing also for high blood pressure. Now slowly take your feet all the way behind you into plow pose, touching the floor with your feet. If your toes touch the floor, you might want to think about pointing your toes. From plow pose, we're going to slowly release the pose vertebra by vertebra. So stay with your legs quite close to your body, and then start to release the upper spine, the middle spine, the lower back and tailbone, and then the legs start to lower down with control. Then breathe. And your next pose is either going to be a repeat of your fish pose, or if you want, you can go ahead, if you feel open today, do your full bridge. So you bend your knees, you place your feet in line with your knees, your hands under the shoulders, and you press with your hands and feet up. And wherever you are, slowly, gently come back down. Very nice. Hug your knees to your chest. Now I'll give you an alternative to just rocking side to side. It might actually feel nice to just make circles with your knees. Now from there, extend your left leg up to the ceiling and extend the right leg down to the floor. Hold your left foot or any part of that leg with your right hand, so the opposite arm, and send the leg across the body all the way to the right side, and turn your head to the left. So you're in a twist with your legs extended, and you breathe. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Change legs, so extending the right leg, lower the left, twist, crossing the right leg over to the left side, turn your head to the right, and breathe into your spine, into your legs, into your whole body. And finally, come back to the center. Maybe one last hug, forehead to your knees, or rock side to side, or do a happy baby. And then when you're ready, find your way into Shavasana with your feet towards the edges of the mat, your arms away from your body with your palms facing up to the floor. And just release everything. Shavasana, the corpse pose, is about detachment, detaching from your body, detaching from everything earthly. It's about me as a spirit, as a soul, in that discovery, as consciousness, as awareness, as more than this localized body and individual. Feel yourself as part of nature, part of all the space around you, all of nature around you. Feel like the trees are here with you. Feel the wind, feel and hear the birds singing. And relax your whole body into that spaciousness of nature. Softening each and every part of your body. Softening and relaxing your toes, your feet. Relaxing your lower legs, knees, softening your thighs and hips. All of the stuck energy now flows through. All of the vertebrae in your spine soften and release and relax. All the muscles around the spine, all the organs of the body come into relaxation. Softening your chest and shoulders. Right arm, left arm, fingers, neck, head, forehead, left eye, right eye, mouth and nose. Fully relax even the breath and let your breath be natural. So during the Shavasana, I'm just going to channel just some harmonizing energy to harmonize the energy, all of the energies in the body and the chakras and the pathways. and strengthening those pathways and revitalizing as well. So just relax into it for about 8 minutes.